Okay.
The top part, some parts, I just really, honestly, Kai, just really saw if you saw the area around us, around me, you'd be like, what?
What's up, Clyde?
That's Joshua in the background
You
saying,
did your thing, girl. You represented for the for Texas.
I haven't been here watching the pageant with me. So yeah, we had a watch party for you, girl. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I had fun. It was very, very fun. I had a great time. I thought I was gonna be nervous, but honestly, I don't know. I wasn't nervous. I just
you
went
didn't
up
seem
there.
like you were nervous. It just seemed like you were having fun. It really seemed like you were having a lot of fun, and a lot of the other ladies were also having fun. It seemed like a good group.
Yeah, they were so nice. Like, I honestly didn't expect to connect with everyone the way that I did. Like, 'cause because it's competition, and sometimes people are. I'm not like I'm competitive, but not like competitive. I'm not gonna talk to you and all that. It's like
Right.
in my mind, like I know what I'm here to do. So I didn't know what to expect, but honestly, everybody was cool. Like everybody was chilling. We like clicked right away. So when it was like the day of the pageant, it kind of seemed like we had all became close friends by the day because it was a week-long process. We had been there since Tuesday. The pageant wasn't until that Sunday, so we had the whole week to just be hanging out with each other. So by the time I got to the pageant, it was just like, all right, we just going out here to perform. So it was fun.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Well, that's what I could tell because I saw it. It kind of felt like almost like something that you would possibly do with like your line sisters or something. That's what it seemed like. It could have been like a week of like festivities amongst sisters. So I did get that vibe definitely. And so in talking about the Miss USA, the Miss Black USA pageant, I've heard that the producers of the show select the hairstyles and looks of the contestants. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so with most pageants, the directors or your pageant coordinator or your pageant coach, they all give you a suggested look, so they'll give you like different looks. They'll maybe send you a few, or if you get some professional pictures in on what you think you want your look to be, you'll send that into them and then they'll give you their comments. And so everything is suggested, it's not required, but you want to win. So if it's suggested, you're probably going to do it. Well, at least that's my mindset. So, everyone kind of gets their suggested looks and then you can choose from there if you want to go with that suggested look. For me, at first I kind of struggled a little bit because I switch up my hair a lot. Like every month I might be like this, I might be now for curly, I probably have braids the next week, I probably have a wig the next week. Like I just switch it up on like how I'm feeling. So to have like a consistent look for my entire reign was difficult. Like because it suggested that you keep that same look while the whole time. So that's like a year of me having that look. So I did kind of follow it a little bit, but there were definitely times that I would switch it up where I just had my natural hair because honestly, all those things cost funds too. So it's like you have to depend on your sponsors, you have to depend on your personal funds. So if I don't have the funds to like keep up that look, I have to do what's cost efficient, which is wearing my real hair. So I kind of like flipped back and forth. Like I would try to keep up a look for certain things that I felt like were more priority. But what if I'm just volunteering in my city? If I'm just like being with people that are part of my community, then they know how I am every day. So I'm not gonna pretend like I have to be dolled up because sometimes that makes you not personable with your community too if you're not able to just come how you are, how you just wake up, how you work out or whatever. So I try to find that balance in between. But like I said, it's suggested not required, but they definitely give you suggested looks.
Okay. That was my next question was going to be whether you could deviate. So you do have room to deviate. It's up to you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So how would you say the inclusion of ethnically diverse hairstyles have redefined beauty in pageantry?
I believe it's on a progression. It's on the progressive route. However, most of the pageantry categories are inclusive per se, or like white pageants. I don't want to call it white pageants, but that's kind of how it was based. More of a Caucasian base where you have to be a certain size, maybe 0 to 4. You have to have a certain look with your hair straight or long, big, voluptuous, things like that. And so there are other organizations like one of the categories I just recently did, the Miss Black USA. So that's specifically dedicated because Black people were not able to do the other categories at a point in time. And so they're more accepting of sizes and different hairstyles. So while they give suggested looks, like they're going to have a girl that has straight hair, they're going to have a girl that has an afro, they're going to have a girl that has locks. You know, I just so happened to be that girl that had the barrel curls, but there were other girls that had very Afrocentric looks that were suggested for them. It just depends on your face, your body type, things like that. But that's a Black category. But when you're talking about inclusiveness of other categories, it's not as open. I have never seen a pageant woman win that had locks. I've never seen it. Maybe it's happened. I haven't seen it though. Maybe like when in other countries, like when you're in other countries, that's acceptable and things like that. But when you're talking about United States, you're doing Miss America, you're doing Miss USA and things like that, it's generally straight hair, long barrel curls, things like that. They're starting to be more with a curly look. But even if you have a curly look, if you're a Black woman, your curls look different than a Latino woman curl or a white woman curl. It's just a different type of pattern of hair. So even when you're talking about curls, it's like there's levels to the curl game. So they're trying, but it's still, there's still a criteria. There's still some things that need to be more open in the definition of beauty when it comes to the bigger pageant categories. And that's what we're gearing towards, because like while we want to focus on things for us, the reality is that there is not many sponsors or investors that are investing into like something that says specifically Black, because they're saying they want to be inclusive, right? So they're investing in things that are inclusive, but if it's not actually serving the purpose of being inclusive, then it's honestly negating all of it. So we're trying to get people to redefine the different type of minority looks, but we're on the progression right now, definitely.
Wow. Okay. I had never thought about the standpoint of locks, but now that I think about it, I don't think I remember seeing a contestant with
Mm-hmm.
locks. And so that leads me to ask you, Kai, what is it that you are doing with your platform to redefine beauty?
I am redefining beauty by giving different looks, honestly. So, like I was telling you, I got a suggested look. However, I am a true very chill person at heart. So like
Mhm.
everyone always like gets shocked because they always think like I'm like this really super girly girl, things like that, because I do pageants. But if I'm in my regular everyday life, and especially because I work as a lawyer, you know, we went to the same alma mater. We have a lot of work to do. Sometimes I don't have time to be sitting there trying to do a full face of makeup, do this, do that. When I go to work, I'm hopping out of the shower like this, like I just got out the shower. I'm hopping out of the shower. I'm doing a cold wash. I'm going to do what I got to do. I might put my hair in a ponytail. I might have an afro one day. And so during my pageant reign, I wanted people to know that, hey, yes, I can dial up, but I want you to know every day, Kai, too. So when I would do my community service, I would come like this. Like if you'll see my pictures on the Miss Black Texas USA page, you'll see a lot of me like this. No makeup, just my hair how it is, how it came out. I have my sash and my crown on like that because I just want people to know, like, hey, I'm pretty without that. Like, I don't have to put the lashes on and the weave. I love that. Now, I love it, but I don't have to
Mhm.
do it every day. And so I need you to know who I am. Like, I need you to see me in the grind, like, you know. And then also, another thing that I've done as well is just, so there's this group that's called the Youth Collective in Houston. I think you guys know them. So they have a thing. Well, they invited me to a few events where we were working with some young girls in urban communities where we literally were doing their hair. Like we were going there, help just do their hair, help them feel pretty, like whatever they needed in that moment. Like, you need me to paint your nails, like, when I'm painting your nails, you want to brush your hair up, swoop your edges, whatever. Like, just talking to young girls about different ways that beauty is promoted. And then the third thing is promoting health. So I think also with hair, that's one promotion of beauty, but your body, your skin, and things like that. So a lot of my initiatives were around health and environmental justice. So just teaching people about, hey, what you're eating is going to be a reflection of what comes out of your body. Like, you are what you eat. So if you're eating healthy, your skin's going to be clear, your hair is going to be growing, you're going to have more energy, you're going to like what is going on within your body. And so if you like the image of yourself, if you like what's going on in the inside too, then that can produce a more happy life for you, more joy, and things like that. And just letting people know that beauty is more than just on the outside. You can be the prettiest person in the world, but if you are very mean, if you're greedy, if you are a liar, if you're all of that, no one cares about that anymore. And so you have to work on the inside. And then the more that you're secure, whole, and prosperous on the inside, that'll reflect on the outside too.
I have to give you snaps on your answers.
Yes.
So if I were to say to you where beauty lives, what would that mean to you?
I would say that two things.
Okay.
Okay, first thing. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I've always said that because everyone sees things so different based upon your experience. Every time you experience something, your mind is opened up to a different perspective and you see something in a different way. And so truly, depending on what you have experienced, what you are exposed to, and who you encounter will determine what you believe is beautiful. So just respecting that everyone sees everything differently. So just because this one person may not see the beauty in what you're doing, they are just not called to you. And so you need to just make sure that you're focusing on the people that are called to you. That would be the first thing. And then the second thing I would say is that beauty's on the inside out, because like I was just saying before, you can be, if you are very ugly on the inside, that's going to show on the outside. Like, I've seen it. I've seen the most pretty, beautiful, like gorgeous people in the world, and their spirit is just not pure, and that just rubs you the wrong way that you can't even see the beauty anymore. Like, it'll change, and you know it. Like, they'll say people have that resting face, they'll give that grudge faces, but like you really have to be conscious of that, because like you really will turn the attractiveness of a person off based upon how their inside is. So those are the two things that I would say it means to me.
Well, thank you so much, Kai. I mean, your responses were spot on. They're consistent with all of the values of House of Zuri. And it really just, it makes me feel warm inside to hear you talking about beauty from the inside out, to hear you talking about mental health, to hear you talking about, eating well and how you're connecting all of those. And it just sounds like, I said this when I first met you and I saw your CD, I said, you are a great example of intersection. Because you just you do everything, you do a little bit of everything, and I think that's awesome.
Thank you. Yes, and I have to thank you so much for sponsoring me. Honestly, like, I was trying to figure out my hair for so long, like so long. Like, I was struggling trying to figure out, and funds were low. When the dips are high and the funds are low, listen, okay. Like, and it's like hair was not a priority, but I knew that was going to be something that enhanced my chances with the pageant. And so I thank you so much, because that blessing came out of nowhere. I was trying to connect with you on being a lawyer, and then you had your another business, and I was like, see, everybody be trying to tell me that I can't do all of this. Yes, I can. I can be a lawyer. I can have another business, and it's all going to be successful. So I really appreciate that. And the hair was amazing. My pictures look great. I
They
wore your hair
did.
for
They
like
did.
2 months, and I still have it now, and I'm going to reuse it later. So thank you so much for that.
Well, I'm glad you liked the hair, and yes, it was gorgeous. Actually, after I saw you, I was like, "That's what this is." I was like, "Let me go get my
Oh
stuff
yeah.
from Lynch real quick because this hair looks really good." So, yeah,
Yes, it looked
you look
amazing
gorgeous.
on camera. Oh my gosh, yes.
It did, and then like even one of your categories when you were, oh, I think it was the exercise category. I think it was the fitness
Uh-huh.
category. Your hair was like bouncing with your walk. Like really, it was like
Mm-hmm.
it was bouncing, it was moving, it was great. It was everything. It was everything. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to sponsor you. Of course, we'll still continue to work with you. We'll, whatever we need to do. And so I know you're in the Virgin Islands now. And so I don't know. I do have this thing with this Crown Act that's going on. And so, this is
Okay.
a part of that. And I am going to put together a letter from my law firm to, I don't know, somebody, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but it's going to be in support of refiling it before the end of,
Okay.
before the next session. So if that's something that, your firm wants to be involved in, definitely I'll keep you in the loop because I'm going to start drafting it probably in the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of keep you in the loop of what we're doing with that. I've talked to some people at Precinct 1. They've already done it here.
Okay.
And so Erica Carter is really supportive of us doing it from a state perspective. So it's just a matter of me being able to make those contacts. These Ron Reynolds supports it. He comes to the Pure Justice meetings. So it's just
Yeah.
making all of these contacts again and moving all these parts. But that's something I definitely think that you would be a good person to participate in that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely open to it. I'm looking forward to it. I definitely miss Houston. Like I love it here, and I'm enjoying this, but I definitely will be coming home.
Okay. Yeah, because
We
we have
love
some other business
Houston.
to talk about too. Yeah, we have to
Okay.
talk about the law firms and all of that because I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to work together. Truly, I do. So
Yes, ma'am.
beyond just absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it. Yes, like I am even down here, like one thing I will say about just being in pageant, because like I said, this is my first collegiate pageant. I've done 2 other community pageants with my first collegiate level, but it definitely opened up a lot of opportunities as far as meeting different people. Like I'll just say 2 things. Like one, when I was in DC, I was able to meet the mayor and the secretary for the mayor, and they were both like very, very down to earth, like very gave me their numbers, everything. Like they were just very open, like, hey, like, yes, like we want to invest in people, like, and then also just being in law in general, just kind of having that trust there. So I was like very surprised by that, but also like, oh my gosh, like, okay, cool, like let's network. And then when I came here to the Virgin Islands, they had the I have to send you the article. One, the newspaper did an article on me as soon as I got here, like, because they love pageants here. Did not know that this place was like a super pageanty place, but they have pageants for everything. So they already like hit me up like, oh, we need you to judge this, like, oh, like they had did an article or whatever. And then if you they have the pageant category here is for Miss Universe. And so I was just like, oh wow, like it just kind of opened up more opportunities that I didn't think that I would go deeper into pageantry, but now I have opportunities to go into other categories and people that are willing to help now just from me just going out there and doing Miss Black USA. So I'm just super excited about that, and then I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking, when I say Texas, people automatically want to hop on board.
Yeah.
Like
Everybody
loves Texas.
Texas is hot. Okay, hot Texas. I know they call it hot Atlanta, but hot Texas is really what it is. So I'm glad to hear all of that. It sounds like you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of blessings. You deserve them all.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to hear that.
Appreciate it.
And let's keep in contact, you know, and if
Okay.
you need anything, you have any questions about anything, or you just want to chat or talk, call me, man.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you. I will. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will.
Thank you again, Kai. And so I will I meet with my strategist on Friday, Destiny. And so we'll have a better idea what our campaign looks like in our time
Okay.
frame. And I'll let you know about that. Okay.
Okay. That's perfect.
All right. Thank you again. Have a good evening.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.